Hello and welcome to lesson 17 of Speed Puzzling 101 Tips and Tricks, quick speed puzzling lessons in under 10 minutes. Today's lesson is on using puzzle advent calendars to help build speed and consistency. As a disclaimer, there is no single correct way to complete a puzzle. My advice may work for some and it may not work for others. I would suggest trying as many different approaches as possible and seeing what works for you. For today's lesson, you will need a puzzle advent calendar, 24 or 25 days, doesn't really matter. Or if you don't have a puzzle advent calendar, use a 1,000-piece puzzle that has been sectioned off into equal groups, usually 42 pieces or so, and that will do the same job. Ideally, you can have someone else assemble the 1,000-piece puzzle so you are not aware of the image going into it, but if you're in a pinch, you can do it yourself, and again, break it into 24 equal sections of 42 pieces. And as always, a timer. I'm posting this video in December when puzzle advent calendars are more popular, but you can really do this at any time of the year. In fact, once December is over, people will be looking to get rid of their advent calendar puzzles once they're done, so keep an eye out in January for cheap options. If you aren't familiar with puzzle advent calendars, they are essentially a puzzle that has been broken down into smaller sections that you will build over the course of 24 or 25 days in December leading up to Christmas. The mini puzzles most commonly are about 42 pieces. Some will be a little bit less, some will be a little bit more. But if it's 42 pieces after 24 days, you will reach the 1,000-piece mark. As I said, some are more pieces. For instance, my advent calendar this year is 54 pieces each day, and I've seen some as small as 20 pieces each day. So it doesn't really matter, the process is going to be the same. Before this lesson, ideally, you'll want to be around 40 to 50 pieces to make it worth it. And for some calendars, again, each day will contribute to a larger puzzle that will be joined at the end. So you may have two edges, you may have one edge, you may have no edges. In some cases, like the puzzle I am doing this year, each day is a complete individual puzzle, so I will have 4 edges every single day. So for this lesson, it will take place over the course of a month that you are completing it. You're going to be doing a mini practice puzzle every single day. It could take you as low as 2 minutes, maybe as high as 10, depending on your ability level, the difficulty of the puzzle, and a range of other factors. But however you start is kind of going to set the bar for the remainder of the month. The overall goal from this is to track your times each day and to lower your overall average as you progress through the advent calendar over the course of a month. So let's go into the example and see what that means. Before I go into the examples, I am using the advent calendar I am putting together for this year, 2025. It is a secret image puzzle, so the first 6 days are going to be shown in this video and are spoilers, but only the first 6 days are being shown in this video, and I won't post the video until December 6th. On day 1, you'll be discovering a lot about the puzzle, what the pieces are like, the image quality, whether or not it's a complete mini puzzle or a section of a larger one. I'm still not quite sure what this puzzle is. But as always, you are focusing on being as fast as possible. Set the bar on day 1. For day 2, it's simple. Try to beat your time from the day before. The challenge with the advent calendars is that you don't always have an image to work off of. And you know what? Even if you do, ignore it. Increase the difficulty level a bit. Also, you have a version that builds on the previous day. Ignore that previous day as well. Treat this like it's its own mini puzzle. The example I'm using, again, is a separate image for each day. If things go well, your time will be faster than the previous day, like mine is here. Once we get to day 3, you should be familiar with the types of pieces and the style, but the image difficulty will vary. You are looking for consistency first. So for me, I want every day to be below 4 minutes for 54 pieces. That's goal 1 in the early days. Goal 2 is to beat my fastest time so far, which was day 2 at this moment, and goal 3 is to eventually get under the 3-minute mark. For day 3, this is going a bit slower, but I am still able to achieve goal number 1. As I move into day 4, it is important to remember that each puzzle is different. The difficulty level will have a range, but if you can stay within a minute of all the times at the start, that is a good first step. Day 3 was tough, and it looks like day 4 will be about the same, but as long as I hit my minimum goal under 4 minutes, that is what matters the most. If you're hitting all your goals every day, they aren't challenging you enough. We now move on to day 5. As this is the same puzzle brand each day, you will start to notice similarities and patterns. I'm noticing the clothing and faces are standing out more each day. This specific artist loves the expressive faces. The images are also not static, so I need to account for limbs and objects moving in different directions. Again, I'll be under 4 minutes, and I'm approaching the first quarter of the calendar being done. And on day 6, I should have a good idea about the pieces and puzzle style in general, even if I don't know the overall image. This will be the quarter mark. Because a proper Advent calendar is 24 days, not 25, I'm going to count this as the end of week 1, and when I'm done, I will look at my average over the week. Breaking the calendar up into measurable sections helps track overall progress. So again, once you finish day 6, look at the average time over the course of that first quarter of the puzzle. For me, it was 3 minutes and 40 seconds over the course of the 6 days. So my original goal number 1 was to be under 4 minutes. I'm now going to move that to goal number 1 being under 3 minutes and 40 seconds in an attempt to push my overall average time down. There will be days I hit it, there will be days I don't, but if I lower that goal a little bit, it's that little bit more incentive to go just that little bit faster. Doing the average also is beneficial because it will help take into account that random really tough day that might show up during the week. Some days are tougher than others. You just need to balance out the tough days with the easier days. So track your progress over the course of the month and see how you get on day by day and week by week. Again, doing the week by week is a bit more beneficial because if you're looking at each and every day, because you're doing a different difficulty level each day, you're going to be going up and down in your times. Overall averages is a more useful way to track your progress and consistency. And the bonus part of Advent calendars is at the end of the month, you can tear it all up again, put those pieces back into random days, don't put them back in the same order that you started with, and you can repeat the puzzle all over again, but in a slightly different order, still trying to beat your times from the month before. At that point, you would have already done all the images at least once, so your times should be faster, but by how much? And as a reminder, these puzzles will be on sale once the Christmas season is done. Other people will be wanting to trade and swap their puzzles once they're done with the Advent calendar. There's a puzzle store close to me at the moment that's already selling their Advent calendars at 20% off. So I may pick up some of those just for extra practice throughout the year. And that is it for lesson 17 of Speed Puzzling 101 Tips and Tricks. If you liked it, click like. If you have a question or suggestion, leave a comment below. And as always, click subscribe to stay up to date with everything on this channel. It has been a busy week on this channel already with a lot of videos being put out. We are getting close to the end of the year. There will be a few more videos released as we head into the holiday season. So make sure, again, you're checking out each of those. A new episode of Puzzled and Chatty will be released very, very soon, and then one more before the end of the year. And then there are some big additions coming up in 2026. So again, make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that. I'll see you next week for another lesson. Until then, class dismissed, and as always, happy puzzling. Bye.